When people reach out about moving to San Luis Obispo County, one of the first questions they almost always ask is some version of, okay, if I'm working with around $1 to $1.5 million, what does that actually buy me over there? And the honest answer is that it means something very different, depending on where you look. You can take that same budget and end up with 5 completely different lifestyles inside this county. And that's what makes this area both exciting and a little confusing. The variety is amazing, but until you actually spend some time here, it's hard to know which part of the county really fits your lifestyle. So what I want to do is walk through how that budget tends to translate in a few of the major areas. But more importantly, I want you to pay attention to the lifestyle that each place offers, because that's what really matters. Let's start with the coast, because that's where almost everyone looks first. When you think about Central Coast living, most people picture Pismo, Avila Beach, Cayucos, Morro Bay, or Cambria. And with a $1 to $1.5 million range, what you're really buying here is proximity to the ocean. The house itself is usually smaller, maybe a townhome, maybe an older single-family home, and you're probably not getting a big yard. You're not getting brand new construction either. But you are getting a lifestyle that's hard to duplicate anywhere else. This is the version of life where you grab your coffee in the morning and walk straight to the sand without thinking about parking. You get the cooler temperatures, the coastal breezes, and the sound of the waves at night. Everything is calmer, everything slows down, the grocery store feels relaxed, people say hello, and the upkeep on the home itself tends to be pretty minimal because they're smaller and generally easier to maintain. Now for the right buyer, especially someone looking for simplicity, coastal living is magic. But if you want more space or land or modern features, you probably don't want to spend your whole budget on the beach because the trade-offs are real. If you drift inland just a little into, say, Arroyo Grande, things start to change. With the same budget, you suddenly get more house, a more traditional lot size, and neighborhoods that feel established and genuinely lived in. Arroyo Grande is one of the easiest places to live in the county, especially if you want that balance of being near the coast without paying the absolute top of the market premium. The weather is great, not too hot, not too foggy. You're maybe 10 or 15 minutes from the beach, but you can also come home to a quiet street, a nice yard, a little bit of breathing room. The village itself is charming, and there's a strong community feel. When people tell me they want coastal energy without the coastal price tag, this is where I usually take them first. And then if you continue a bit further south into Nipomo, and especially the Trilogy and Monarch Dunes and Black Lake area, your money starts to shift toward newer homes and a very different kind of lifestyle. A lot of the homes in this range are single-level, open floor plan, move-in ready houses with modern finishes and low-maintenance yards. The neighborhoods are clean, the streets are quiet, and everything just has that easy living feel to it. This is where a lot of people end up when they say they want a home that's simple to take care of, where they can spend their time enjoying life instead of maintaining a property. It's a really popular choice for people who are ready to slow down a little, enjoy the sunshine, and be part of a community that has a built-in social life, whether that's golf, walking groups, wine nights, or just friendly neighbors who also happen to relocate here. Okay, now let's move over to the city of San Luis Obispo proper. SLO is kind of our center of the universe, the heart of the county. It's walkable, lively, it's fun, and it has that small downtown energy that kind of just draws you in. You've got restaurants, cafes, the farmers market on Thursday nights, live music, hiking trails right behind the neighborhoods. It's all right there. In this price range, you're not going to get a huge home. You're usually getting an older place with character in a really good neighborhood or a newer townhouse on the outskirts of town. But what you're paying for is the lifestyle that's right outside your front and back door. This is where you can hop on your bike and be downtown in 5 minutes. This is where you bump into people you know. This is where the days feel full and connected without being overwhelming. A lot of people who think they want to be on the coast actually end up choosing SLO because they fall in love with the walkability and the energy. It's easy to live here. It's convenient, and it has that you're in the center of things feeling, but without the stress of a big city. Now, if you head north from SLO into Atascadero, Templeton, and Paso Robles, your dollar stretches the most, by far. This is where that 1 to 1.5 budget suddenly starts to feel pretty big. Atascadero is the first stop going north, and for a lot of people, it's this perfect middle ground. You get larger homes with more generous square footage, you get actual privacy, you get oak trees and hillsides, and you get that woodsy, tucked away feel. It's great for people who want space but still need to be close to SLO or down to the coast a couple of times a week. And then Templeton and Paso Robles take you straight into wine country. This is where the lifestyle shifts into a completely different gear. With this budget, you might get a beautiful updated home, maybe a pool, maybe some usable land, or maybe a property with views of vineyards or open fields. Paso especially has that golden light, warm evening, patio dinner kind of life. It's sunny, it's slower, and it's peaceful in a way that surprises a lot of people. If you picture yourself ending the day outside with a glass of wine, watching the hills change color at sunset, North County delivers better than anywhere else. So when people ask what 1 to 1.5 million buys in this county, the real answer isn't a 3-bedroom this or a 4-bedroom that. The real answer is that it buys one of 5 very distinct ways of living. And the key is figuring out which one lines up with you, who you are today, and how you want your days to feel. Do you want that clean coastal energy? Do you want something comfortable and close to the beach, but not right on top of it? Do you want newer homes and low maintenance? Do you want walkability and downtown life? Or do you want space, views, and privacy in wine country? Those are the questions I ask when I work with relocation buyers. Because once you tell me your ideal Saturday, whether that's a beach walk, a hike, a round of golf, a farmer's market, or a quiet morning overlooking the hills, I can usually tell you pretty quickly where you should be looking. And if you're trying to figure all this out from a distance, it's tough. Websites and photos don't show you the climate differences or the neighborhood rhythms or where the fog sits in the morning or what traffic feels like or which towns feel social and which ones feel quiet. And that's where I come in. I spend my days driving through these areas, touring homes, meeting people, and watching how each community is evolving. I can help you connect the budget with the right lifestyle so you're not guessing when you do make your move. So if you're thinking about the Central Coast and you want a real feel for what your budget can do in each part of the county, we'll just reach out. Let's talk it through. We'll figure out the lifestyle first, and then we'll narrow everything down to the 2 or 3 areas that actually match the life that you want next.